Hey guys, Jason Italiano here. In this video I just wanted to share with you a little bit about my story and who I am and where I've come from. Hopefully by doing this and over a number of videos which I'm going to plan to post from here on in, that you'll be able to get some insight and some inspiration on what it is that you want to do and where it is that you want to go, and be able to set yourself up financially. What my goal is that from listening to maybe some of my story, you'll be able to glean some tips and tricks and certain insights that I'll be sharing that you can use in your life, so that you can actually move ahead to wherever it is that you want to be when it comes to whether it's online business, traditional business, being better at your job, whether it's relationships, your health and wellness. These are all the sorts of things that I plan to share with you in a series of videos as I move through. So be sure to subscribe and like this video so that you'll get notification as to when I'll post my next lot of videos, and you'll be able to keep up to date with my story. So I'm 46 years of age. I am currently living in the southwest of Western Australia with my beautiful wife and my two grown-up daughters. I'm actually a grandfather now for the first time, which was very exciting back in October. But where I've come from is I have been brought up by my father, who was a dairy farmer, and my mum, who was a telephonist back in the 60s, believe it or not. She used to work at the Exchange here in Harvey. But she and my father married fairly early on in the piece, and had myself and three other boys. I'm the oldest of four, and we grew up in the southwest of Western Australia, absolutely loving it down here. And I guess being on the dairy farm at a very young age, we learnt a wonderful work ethic, something that I am very, very grateful for. And from there, I went through school and all of those normal things. And I want to take you back to about 1987, where I was in high school, and I can remember not really knowing what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go when it come to a career, whether it was university or whether it was going to be an apprenticeship or just simply going out into the workforce. None of that was really clear, even though all the guidance counselling in school was available to do that. It wasn't much point if you didn't have a clear vision of where it is that you wanted to go. So with that said, I just continued on through high school and did everything up until what we call year 12 over here back in the day, or the TEE at the time. I think these days they call it something else like ATAR. But whatever it was, at the end of the day, I still at that point did not know what it is that I wanted to do. But during that time in my high school years, my nonno, or my grandfather, being Italian, my nonno said to my dad, look, how about you get Jason out in the workforce? He can help support the family, basically support himself, so that I wasn't reliant on the family, and start earning an income, doing something. So he very kindly went and approached the local supermarket manager, and he got me a job at the ripe old age of 13. So at 13, my very first task was packing apples into plastic bags from a huge crate. And that was the very first job, the very first task at the job, ready for sale. So I guess that was wonderful, I guess, but it was what I learnt working in the supermarket and being around those particular individuals that had a really strong work ethic. It was certainly time for money, income. Every minute of the day was accounted for. You had to be productive all the time, etc., etc. All of those things about medium to large business, and I don't regret any of that. I learnt a lot. As I said, I learnt a really good work ethic from the team that I was around, and I moved into a space where I got to the dizzying heights of assistant manager over a couple of years. But I worked that job after school, on Saturdays. I was also asked to do other things outside of working hours. When it come to floor cleaning, we had a contractor come in and I would assist them in floor cleaning of the supermarket, and that was all extra income. And you know, that put me in a position where I could buy my first car at a very young age, and you know, I was, you know, by the age of 18 able to get out on my own, and still living at home, of course, but being able to have my own vehicle and be a little bit more independent. You know, doing that sort of thing was yeah, I guess looking back on it now, it's amazing when you start to remember the certain things and the certain milestones in your life, what that has done to forge your character, forge your mindset, and you know, I guess put you in a position to where you are today. So, you know, that job really taught me a lot, and as I said earlier, I will never ever regret it. So that was back in 1987, my first job, and as I said, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about where I've come from, because, you know, never, I guess, negate the fact that you can learn something from anyone, even if it is your first job. It could be a job at McDonald's. McDonald's wasn't available to me when around the age of 14, but you can actually, you know, do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you've got, I guess, the energy to put into it, and the willingness and the humbleness to want to learn. So if you like what you've heard so far and you want to follow me on this journey as I post new videos each week, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll obviously get updates as to when I post new videos. And so, you know, the next video will be moving into when I started my I guess full-time job, when I got married, and some of the things I learnt along the way, as I moved into getting into traditional business, as well as another online business, or a network marketing business at the time. So yeah, if you want to learn more on what I learnt from that, stay tuned and stay with me on the journey. Thanks for listening, and I will see you again very soon.